Hello friends and welcome as you join me playing Spyro the Dragon. So this is the Reignited Trilogy, which has just hit the UK today, which is the 13th of November. I will want to do a playthrough of all three games and we're going to do them in order. So what we're going to do right now is just jump straight in. So I have had a quick look at Spyro 1 and 2 just to see how the game plays, and I have already got one or two achievements from each, just in my testing there, just so I can have a bit of a feel for the game. But here we are, we're going to jump straight in, and let's go, Spyro the Dragon. It's exciting. In the world of dragons. So we've got a bit of a cutscene to start the game here. Let's see, it's taken a little bit longer to load than than it did the first time I played through, but here we go.
Okay, rolling.
It's been peaceful here in the 5 worlds, or is it 6? For a dragon's age, we now have 12,000 treasure, or is it 14,000?
What about this Gnasty Gnoc character? Now, I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause.
I'll take that question. Gnasty Gnoc is a simple creature.
Oh, there he is, Gnasty Gnoc.
He has been contained in a remote world and is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom.
No threat?
Besides, he is ugly.
Ugly?
Oh dear.
That does it!
Oh no. Oh no, he's crystallizing all the dragons there.
Looks like I've got some things to do.
That's our hero, Spyro. That's it, look. The adventure begins. So, as you can see here, we're in the very entrance area of the game. This serves as a bit of a tutorial. There's not a lot you can do to get hurt here. But let's just have a bit of an explore. There are a few things that we need to do in Spyro 1 to progress and to complete the game. And that is collect treasure, which you'll see here. There's gems, which I can go and fly over. Collect, so that was 4 gems there. There are enemies here which hold gems, so let's kill this guy. And he has multiple gems, so let's go after him again. We can charge here, so that's another one of our movement abilities. And we can set fire to the guy like that. And this guy, he wants 3 hits before we can knock him out. So get him. There you go. And he dropped a boatload of gems there. So let's go and get those. So yeah, we've got a number of things that we can do. We can charge like this, which we can charge to kill enemies. We have a flame breath, which let's go and catch up to that guy there. He's running away from us, leading us this area here, and there you go, flame him, and that's another way that we can deal with enemies. Another thing that we can do in terms of movement is we can glide, which is a jump, and we can double jump again, which gives us our glide. And that's basically it for Spyro 1. Quite simple. We can have a look around. Ooh, look at this beautiful beautiful scenery that we've got here, and that's it. So the main aim of the game is that we have got to save the Dragon Realms from Gnasty Gnoc. As you saw in that opening cutscene, you turned all the dragons into crystals there. So if we go back to the very beginning, have a look. Let's collect these gems while we're away. Absolutely gorgeous, by the way. Look at this. This door here, I was having a look at it earlier, and it seems to move when you charge it. I wonder if there's any way that we can get through there at some point. So let's make our way over here, and there it is. That's our first dragon. So we've just rescued Nestor.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Free 10 dragons in the Artisan world, then find the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Gnasty Gnoc? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
There he goes. So we've got to find 10 dragons in this realm to to be able to progress to the next Homeworld. So this is like a hub which has the levels attached onto it. So we've got this guy over here. Let's see. Get these gems, and we've got some over there. And there's a skill point there. So I do believe that Spyro 3, I'm not so sure about 2, but the original games had skill points which had you do specific tasks in each level. And basically you could unlock concept art and things. So what they've done is they've retroactively added skill points to the game, to each of the games, so that you can do the same thing, unlock concept art that way. So what I'm going to do here is we're just going to have a run about, have an explore, get all of the gems, save all of the dragons in this area, and then maybe we'll go into a level and have a look. There's more. Spyro was one of my favourite games growing up. I really loved this game. Quite young when I originally played the first Spyro game, and I also remember playing it through the demo that was available from the Crash Bandicoot 3. More gems here. Can we set that on fire? No, we can't. Let's get this guy. So this is Delbin.
Where's Gnasty Gnoc? I'll torch him.
Keep your horns on, Spyro. You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
So this is just explained there. Sparks, the dragonfly which follows us around, is the equivalent to a health bar. You've got 4 hits until you die, so we're at full health now. Oh, is it 3 hits actually? Yeah, it's 3 hits and then we die. And the way that we can recover life is by having Sparks eat these fireflies. So there will be like fodder enemies on each level which you can attack, and they will give fireflies, which helps to regain health. Let's get this. And I think this is the balloonist that dragon was talking to. Let's talk to him.
If you prove your worth by rescuing 10 dragons, then you may use this balloon to fly to a new world.
That's wonderful. So we've just got to save 10 dragons throughout all of the levels from this first world to be able to go to the next. So let's keep going here. What have we missed? So we've been to that area to the left. Did we save that dragon? No, we didn't actually. So let's go now. Let's go rescue this guy too. Have a look. We collected everything here. There's one. This is Argus.
Cool flash. Do that again.
The Artisans' boss is through a portal in the Dragon Mouth, but you are not yet ready, Spyro. First, you must complete one of the other Artisan lands.
Oh, so there you go. We've got another task. We've got to defeat another one of the levels in the Artisan world here before we can progress any further. Let's see, what have we missed? There was that area to the left here where we chased that Gnoc through. So let's have a look through there and see what we can find. Oh, there's a dragon. We missed that one. This is Thomas.
Hey, Spyro! Press the jump button twice to glide. And don't be afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks? Plummeting into prehistoric glaciers?
Oh, that.
There you go. Look, we found all of the dragons there for this world. Let's have a look. What could we have missed? So we can see there's some treasure chests up there. Let's do that, and we'll collect that in a second. We've got to get this in. Where did he go? Get him once more. Oh, just missed it. There you go. So, there's a few more gems lying about here. Let's collect those. The Spyro games really made me big into the collectathon sort of style of game where there's a lot of things to collect, and it serves no purpose really, not in this game at least anyway. They're just something extra for you to do throughout the levels, I suppose. Let's see. Let's go here. So you've got a whirlwind here which will take us up. There's another level there, Town Square. Not going to there just yet. go. And I do believe we've got to go up there once more so we can get those gems on the other side. There you go. And we must be missing some because we have 94 and I'm sure there are 100 on this level. So let's have another quick run round and see if there's anything else that we've missed there. We must have missed something. Just got zapped by a fairy there. Which saves your progress in case you die. You will walk back there. It's sort of like a checkpoint. It will take you back there. Ah, so I think this is where the last ones are. The last gems are in this maze here. Let's have a look. Yeah, this must be them. Two more. There you go. Look, that's all 100 on this level. And here we have a special chest, actually. Which, as you can see, there's something peeking out with dragony hands. So let's fire that. And these are extra lives. So there you go. We've got 6 lives now. And that's basically all of this home world. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. So I think just because this hub's quite short, what we might do is we might actually complete a level at the same time. So I think this level might be intended to be the second one that we go to, and the first one I think is Stone Hill, which is the first one that we can see here. So that's it. And what I think we should do is jump on through. We've got a nice loading screen here as Spyro travels to Stone Hill. And you can see everything that we collected, and it all gets saved. Oh, it's slightly interactive. We can move. We can move Spyro left and right, down, up. Oh, we can flap too. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's neat. So here we are, first level, Stone Hill. As you can see, it's kind of similar style to the Artisans' Homeland, which we've just been in. That's the Grand Wizarding. And also, I do believe that this is where the first cutscene was set. That one that we saw in the intro there. Just be careful of that guy. 2. Just go around collecting all of these. So like I was saying about skill points, I do believe that if we go into the options menu, and not in that one, in guidebook, we can actually have a look at the skill points by pressing triangle. So, you know, you could do this on your own. So I guess this is a bit of a spoiler. I do apologise about that. But we've got to, in this level, find and burn the hidden pink tulip. So let's keep an eye out for that. See if we can't get that that skill point while we're here. Got a well here. Let's fall down here. Oh, so there's a dragon there, right behind us. And there's also a chest that we can't do anything with. The dragon might actually give us some information about that, so let's find out. So this is Gavin.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong. Like me.
Sure.
There you go, that's our 5th dragon there. And we do only need to collect 10 to move on, but I am going to try my hardest to complete all of these levels. So what have we got to go through next? So let's start here through the green gem arch. Get that guy. Get those gems. And here's a trail of gems here. And here's another dragon. So let's see. Let's talk to this dude. This is Lindar.
When you free a dragon or step on one of their platforms, you're saving your progress. That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
There you go, and we've got quite a big stash of gems to get here. So those metal chests there without the padlock on, we do need to dash into those to actually break them and get the gems out of them. But these wooden ones we can just hit with a flame. And that's all that was in here. so where can we go now? Let's go through this this blue arch here. And there's a chest that I missed just before. Oh, and I can hear a guy there. Somebody teasing us there in the background. Oh, and there's a shadow, a wizard of some kind. Let's get him. In Spyro 1, most of the enemies, I believe, drop some kind of currency, so the gems, they will drop those collectibles. So we do have to make sure that we kill every enemy in the level, just to be sure that we can collect everything. And the gem colours have different values too, so we've primarily seen red, green and blue, which the red ones are worth 1, the green are worth 2, and the blue are worth 5. But there are a few other ones too, so I might point those out when we get to them. And also remember, we're keeping an eye out for a pink tulip too, but I haven't came across that. So let's see. Yeah, let's just go up here, because as you can see, there are things for us to collect on that ledge up there. So we're likely going to climb up here and fly over. Let's get these. Rescue our dragon friend here. This is Gildus.
Spyro, my friend, how about a hint on gliding?
You bet.
For the longest glide, press the jump button at the top of your jump, and try pressing the action button to drop down mid-flight.
That's great. I really like how they've made each dragon unique in this remaster. In the original game, there was only about 4 or 5 different ones, and they were all then recoloured from there on out. But they've really made an effort here to make the game very unique and breathe some life into the world, which is really nice. So let's have a look around here. Remember, we've got to keep an eye out for a pink tulip too. And look at that guy there. So that's a thief, and in Spyro 1 these guys have dragon eggs. What we've got to do is we've got to get close to them and then flame them if we can, or we could charge into them, but sometimes it's easier just to flame them. Oh, not close enough. There you go, we got him. And we got a dragon egg as well, brilliant. So we just got to run around a little bit more and collect it. So we've got some kind of a barrier here so we can't get out the level. You can see it bounces you back. And that's something else about this game, is that there are a lot of instances where if you hit something you'll get bounced back, but it doesn't seem to affect the flow of the game, and I think it's really brilliant. Like, it's so smooth and seamless. The whole movement of the game, it feels really, I don't know, it flows really well. Let's see if there's a gem sparkling over there. You missed any over here? No, there's one. And we also do have to keep a lookout for that, for a key for that chest that we saw earlier on. So locked silver chests, or the locked iron chests, you can only get into those if you find a key on the level. And I do have like a decent knowledge of the first Spyro game, so I have some idea of where I'm going, but I haven't played it in such a long time. But leading up to this, I was watching quite a lot of speed runs of the game being played. I find it quite relaxing, actually. There's one. I do believe that if you hold down all of the buttons, or if you hold down, there's 2 buttons that you press, and sparks will show you which direction you need to go for the gems. Maybe that's something that I've got to unlock. I'm pretty sure it used to be a cheat code in the original game. So I'm missing quite a few still, so I'm gonna have a dash around and see if there's anything that I can spot. So let's see if we can spot that pink tulip too. Something else worth noting about the game, the sound as well, is that there are multiple layers of this soundtrack going on. It's a dynamic score, you could also call it a variable mix, and basically it means that there are multiple layers to the track. And is that the pink tulip? I think we've just found it. Yeah, we did it. Look at that. Well done. So, yeah, there's multiple layers to the track, and if if I was to stand still, you'll hear that some instruments drop out and it gives us a little bit more of an ambient soundtrack there. And when we're charging, it's a little bit more upbeat. Pretty sure I just heard a dragon there. Or was I just hearing things? Possibly. This is the last part that we haven't been to yet. Seems to be... oh, he charged at me there, I didn't even notice. See, we've got some more of these chests. Let's get those. Oh, look at that, there's another life. Brilliant. So I was going to get these, and I do believe as well down here we can drop down. Yeah, that's it. I think that's where we need to go to find the key. We'll collect that and we'll save that dragon just before we leave. There you go, and there's a key there. Get those and take that key to that well that was at the very beginning of the level there. Hopefully that should complete all of our gems, and that should be the last dragon for us to capture, for us to save rather than capture. So there it is. Choose the key. Oh, brilliant, look at that. So was that enough? Oh, so we're still missing 5 gems, unfortunately, so I'm just going to have to do a quick run around the level once more to see if we can find those. It's probably one thing that we've missed. There did used to be a way that you could sort of find gems. I'm not sure if it still exists in the game. Let's have a look in the options menu actually. Options, controls, move list. Let's have a look there. So that's when flying. There's a guidebook. Oh, so we click L3 and he points us to the treasure. So let's try that. So he says that they're up there, over in that direction. Let's fly across. Yeah, they're over there somewhere. Ah, look at that. That's what we missed. And there must be 2 more somewhere too. So let's give it one more go. And it's over here somewhere. Inside of there. Let's see. Oh! Alright, so we've just rescued Astor. Let's see what he has to say.
After you've freed all the dragons, pass through this fancy vortex thingamajigger. It'll take you back to the artisan home.
Ooh.
But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya!
Cheeky there. From Spyro. So we've got to go through this way. There's something we missed in this room. No, it's not. Ew, he's pointing over there. So I think maybe it's up on top of there. So we are going to need to run all the way back through here. Make it back to that whirlwind and then dash across so we should catch it. And then we can head back to the Artisan Homeworld. So let's have a look. Let's fly across to here. Our last one should be up here somewhere. There it is, that's our last one, so that's all 200 gems. And I believe that that was all of the dragons too. Yeah, we've done that, so it's 100%. And we can exit the level now, so let's go through this return home portal. And that'll take us back to the homelands there. Yeah, so we can do some tricks while we're in the air. That's really neat. I do like that. such a cool feature. Right, so while they run away, I think that we're going to end our video here, just as we've done. We've just completed the hub world and we've completed the first level of the game, and I think that we're going pretty well so far. We've got both skill points in both areas, so I think in the next video we'll have a look at some of the other levels to see how it goes. So thank you very much for watching, and I do hope to see you soon, and please look after yourself.